A brand is anything, a symbol, a design, and a name. It could be a sound, reputation, emotion, employees, a tone, and much more that separates one thing from another.
Hello! So in this video, we're gonna talk about the definition of personal branding and why it's so important in the business industry. Let's go! A personal brand is a widely recognized and largely uniform perception or impression of an individual based on their experience, expertise, competencies, action, and/or achievement within a community, industry, or the marketplace at large. Personal branding is the conscious and intentional effort to create and influence public perception of an individual by positioning them as an authority in their industry, elevating their credibility and differentiate themselves from the competition to ultimately advance their career, increase their circle of influence, and have a large impact. To put it simply, a personal brand is rooted in the minds of people in the market, while personal branding is the effort to communicate and present your value to the world. A true personal brand revolves around what other people say about you, while personal branding revolves around what you say about yourself.
So now you have know about the definition of the personal branding. Now we're gonna have a short interview with Hannah, a people that have a lot of knowledge about why the personal branding is important. So let's go inside. Hannah,
Yeah.
can we have a short question about the importance of personal branding in
Okay.
your profession?
Okay, let me show you guys.
According to a 2018 Career Builder surveys, 70% of employees use social media to screen candidates during the hiring process, and 43% of employers use social media to check on current employees. Personal branding is also beneficial from the employer's perspective. Companies should encourage employees to build strong personal brands because it's good business. When employees are allowed to represent their company at the conference or events, they are not only developing themselves but also providing the organization more exposure. Employees can help acquire new customers and retain existing ones when they are viewed as trustworthy thought leaders. Another reason personal branding is valuable is that the gig economy is not going away anytime soon. The average person switches jobs every 2 to 3 years, and by 2020s, freelance and contract workers will make up 43% of the US workforce. Di McCahey, the author of The Gig Economy, says, "We're seeing only one trend here, which is that the gig economy is big and getting bigger. Companies will do just about anything to avoid hiring full-time employees. Add to the fact that there's no job security anymore, and workers are increasingly aware that they need to work differently if they want to create any sort of stability for themselves. As a result, workers need to be able to clearly communicate who they are and what they do to stand out to prospective clients and employers. If you aren't effectively managing your online reputation, then you would run the risk of losing out on business."
Welcome again. So we have already told you about the definition of personal branding. Right now, we'll give you an example about two people who had a very great personal branding on themselves. So, how they build their brand?
According to a listquiz.com, Elon Musk is a prime example. While his company rarely do any advertising, Elon Musk is the CEO of SpaceX and a billionaire. Loves to share everything on his social media. He obsesses with the social network while other CEOs quite hesitant with putting their image online. Elon Musk, however, is the exception. In fact, His personal brand has contributed more for his company than any of his own advertisers. That make him become one of the best personal brand example. There is another person that we take in the list is the former First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama. She is a lawyer, writer, influencer, charity, and much more. Besides her husband's reputation, Michelle has a big fan of herself, supporting the children to her campaign, being an advocate for all mothers who are trying to balance their job and family. She is also a supporter of the LGBT community, arts, and arts education. With a wide range of people that she helped in her career, she created a huge impact on people awareness about her.
So, what are the ways that we can use to build our personal brand?
You must be wondering how you can build your own brand by now. Well, there are several ways that you can use to build your personal brand. First, know yourself. Begin by doing a little self-audit exercise. Reflect on your strengths, values, and passions to know who you really are. Reflect on your expertise, experiences, and leadership vision to get clear on what you do. When you do so, you'll find it much easier to market yourself because you're coming from a place of authenticity and purpose. Second, position yourself. Once you have done that, start creating a positioning statement. Some people call it an elevator pitch. It's what you would tell others about yourself in 2 minutes or less. Have a few positioning statements depending on how long you have to talk about yourself. Include who you are and what you do, but don't forget to say how it helps others. Third, present yourself. Now that you have an authentic brand that feels true to you, go out and let the world know about it. Network with those in and also outside your organization or business. Update your social media profiles and use its power to connect with people around the world.